Welcome to Watchers on the Move. Watchers on the Movies.
Watchers on the
Dude,
Movies.
listen, this rebranding, it's killing me. Welcome to Watchers on the Couch / Watchers at the Movies. Venom edition.
Venom edition.
Nailed it.
Venom.
So yeah, welcome back. If you're a longtime Watchers on the Couch listener, if you just tuned in for the first time to Watchers at the Movies, welcome. We are going to discuss Venom.
Venom.
And I mean, we're fresh off of it. We just got back from seeing it. Very excited. I'm Tim Pickerel. I should have introduced myself right up front. And I'm joined by Nick Beck.
Hello.
And Debbie on the couch.
Debbie on the couch.
On the couch.
I was going to... Debbie Hodges. I was going to say, who you can also hear on Watchers on the Couch, Castle Rock edition.
We can edit all of this.
Why?
Oh, hello.
Well, let's just go up front. Way better than I expected.
Yeah.
I was way down here, and it was...
So her hand's right at the table.
Oh, yeah, we're not on video.
Well, we are,
Yeah.
but not always.
Yeah, I was down low with my expectations, but they were definitely... They exceeded what I thought they would.
I thought the intro, the pre-credit intro with the crashing and then all that action, I thought that was really well done. Like I was in immediately when that happened.
Okay.
Oh, it was so good. Well, I was gonna say what I didn't like about it, but we'll get there.
So let me stop right there and talk about that intro. And it's kind of a question I've had for kind of years. The movie Life. That was a Sony produced movie. And this is a Sony produced movie.
Okay.
And at the end of
Life with Ryan Reynolds
yes,
and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Spoiler alert here. When they come back to Earth, and I don't know if there's any correlation to this, and people were speculating this, and I don't know if this actually means anything. When it crashed to Earth, they showed it like all black, cobwebby inside the pod, basically, that they were able to escape in. And my question for you, have you seen the movie?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
So
Major spoiler
I'm like,
alert.
what's going
Yeah.
on?
Question for the listeners is, do you guys see any correlation between those two? Has it been announced that actually was a quote unquote prequel to Venom without actually being a prequel?
Well, as someone who has not seen the movie, yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Definitively yes.
Because, I mean, yeah, with the whole Life Corporation, Life movie, I was going to see if you had any thoughts on that being actually a prequel to it. But from what you say, yes.
I feel like the only way it would be a prequel is if they showed the other people on the ship that didn't eject in the space pod, and it actually was the people.
No, yeah, it was.
If
not.
there was actually somebody named Jameson on there, that
Right. Well, yeah, I'd have to go back and watch it.
No,
So I don't know.
No. You don't have to go back and watch it. That's what Google is for.
was it a private ship? Meanwhile, welcome to Watchers at the Movies Life edition. First episode, way off the rails. Nick, meanwhile, is our resident Venom expert.
I would, okay. I do hold a place in my heart for Venom. I wouldn't say that I'm a Venom expert.
We
but-
named our cat Venom.
Yeah, we did.
And your leg is Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I lift that up so the camera can see that?
I mean, I think we can take a picture and put it on the Instagram or something.
that'll work. That'll work.
I don't think you need to do. I don't
I
think
am
leg.
flexible.
you don't need to do yoga before you on the show. What did you think of the movie?
One thing that I will say that, and I know the reason why they didn't do this, but the one thing that really upset me is that Venom didn't have his iconic logo. And
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
no, yeah, and the whole thing was that you know, if you notice the white, kind of white veins going through his chest and body and everything like that, that was their replacement for it.
Right.
Why
And-
wouldn't they use the logo?
Okay, so
Because it doesn't make sense to have a logo. Like, why would Venom have a logo?
well, and they could have even done something that resembles
Like veiny,
like more. I have no other word for it, but logo-ish. The Venom logo. What the producers said, from what I read, was that because there's no tie-in to Spider-Man, it would make absolutely zero sense to put a spider on his chest.
That's true.
But
there's nothing really spiderish about Venom.
Yeah, but it's Venom, though. I mean, and that's what really kind of that part really kind of upset me. Although I do understand that they're not actually following that storyline.
Well, yeah, because he's in San Francisco.
They're following the well, right, but they're following the symbiote storyline, not the, or as they say it in the movie, symbiote.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Yeah, right.
That's how the word said.
Right. So, other than that, though, I mean, yeah, like Debbie said, I was kind of going into it from the things I've heard. Just okay, like, is this really going to be good? Let's not get the hopes up too high. And if it's great, awesome. Then at least my feelings were here, and now they're down here, and now they're up here. And I mean, yeah, that's what it came out. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a watcher again. I will watch it again. I'll probably buy it.
Yeah.
I also feel that we were talking about this earlier, is the DVD or Blu-ray edition I think will be an unrated cut, will be an R-rated or unrated cut, and we'll have a lot more storyline behind it.
Okay.
Kind of like Deadpool was. Mm-hmm. It was good. I highly recommend you seeing it, or you go see it.
If you're a Venom fan.
Yeah, I think you almost have to be a Venom fan to really appreciate it, or at least a Marvel movie fan, if anything else. They did not screw it up so bad that it's not worth watching.
I think if you've seen the trailer and said, "Oh, that looks interesting," it's probably worth a watch. Then
agree 100%.
Like if you were sold by the trailer, the movie definitely doesn't disappoint.
No.
If you're expecting something groundbreaking in terms of comic book movies, like akin to like Deadpool or Infinity War or something like that, no, it's a much smaller movie, and not as good as either of those, really, but still surprisingly good considering what I thought we were going to be like X-Men 3 level of bad.
Yeah, that's what I was really fearing.
And I almost thought it was going that way with the beginning, like after that intro scene, and then we saw it said Venom, and then it was just, Eddie Brock's life. I absolutely cannot stand Michelle Williams. I don't know why she keeps doing movies. She cannot act. She's so flat in her acting, and she sounds like a child. And she was not believable at all. She took me out of it every time.
That is the fiance, or who is it?
Michelle Williams?
Yeah,
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
What else has she been in?
Dawson's Creek.
Come on now. Do I look like I watched Dawson's Creek?
But
Listen,
she's
do
in
I
a
look
lot.
like I watched Dawson's Creek?
Okay,
Yeah.
she was in
I
Brokeback Mountain.
still watch Dawson's Creek.
Okay, but she's been in all of these movies that like win all of these awards. You know,
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, like
Didn't see that.
and
Liar. You were with me when you saw it.
that, and the fact that wig was so totally a wig. Her hair is super short in real life. She always wears wigs. In
Now
movies.
that you say that, yeah, the hair looked off. I didn't I don't have a problem with her acting, but I wasn't like.
She just fell flat to me.
What kind of level of acting are you expecting?
I don't know. Something.
Oh, I mean, you bring Tom Hardy to the table. Now that I think about it, he was the only decent actor in that movie. I couldn't stand the big bad in that movie. That guy was
The scientist guy?
Yeah, the guy who owned the Life Corporation. Mm-hmm. I cannot stand him. I don't like the way he acts. I don't like the way he looks. Like,
You don't like the way he looks.
No. Like he was he just was very emotionless, and that's what I was.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like his acting style, like how he looks in that movie. Not. I don't like his face. I'm not saying that.
He's got more acting range than Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
And then the girl scientist, the one that brought Eddie into it, she was dating or is still dating Captain America.
Chris Evans? Mm-hmm. I would never have guessed that.
Neither.
They did a movie together.
Was it Captain America?
No.
Well, then I didn't see it. As far as Chris Evans movies goes, it's about Captain America, and that's it.
Yeah, right. Oh, you didn't see Push?
No.
Oh, you need to see
What
Push.
about Flame On? Come on.
Oh, yeah, Fantastic Four. I know you saw Fantastic Four.
Flame On, bro.
I saw the first one.
Okay.
Well, he's in it.
He's in it.
That's true.
Johnny Storm.
Yeah, I know his name.
I'm just like blocking that out.
We're just covering them all, aren't we?
It's a shit movie, is all I'm saying. Venom, better than Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's the tagline.
Hands
Yes.
down.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this, we assume you've seen Venom. Like, you don't want us to tell you the entire movie because
I didn't take
you've already
notes.
seen the movie.
So
We didn't have time to take notes. Like, we're literally fresh from the theater.
Wait, hold on. Do we want to actually talk about our seat debacle too?
Oh yeah, fucking douchebag.
Well, listen, to be fair, it turns out that was my fault.
Okay, but listen, you don't come into a situation and thrust your cell phone and say, "Look, I have photo proof." Okay, until you know the whole story. It's just be a decent person. Don't come into it as a shitbag.
Yeah, and then blame it on his day. I'm just having a bad day.
Oh, I don't fucking care.
Right.
And I told him that.
So I didn't hear that part of it. So
You didn't hear me tell him to
she
stop
was
being
just-
rude?
Oh, she was just
I heard-
getting them.
I heard the calm down part. We'll figure it out. And
Yeah.
then after that, I was on my phone. So for everybody at home, what happened was we sat down to our seats. It was reserved seating, G10 through 13. So we sat down in our seats, and then this girl came up and said, "I think you're in our seats." I go, "Nope, don't think we are." And I bring up the phone, and it shows G10 through G13.
And you weren't rude.
I wasn't rude.
No.
5 minutes later, boyfriend shows up. And
She must have spun a yarn because he came over with an attitude.
Oh yeah, he was
Real quick.
He was full on 11. You guys are in our seats.
Bro.
He didn't say bro.
Bruv.
And he does his voice wasn't that deep either. But and yeah, he like said, "Here it is, G10 and 11, Saturday, whatever today's date is, October 7th,
6th.
6th." And I'm like, "Okay, here we go again." I pull out my phone and I look at it. Sure fucking enough, when I was on Fandango, I bought tickets for Sunday. Now,
Whoops.
here's the thing. We bought tickets for Sunday at 7 p.m. and we still got in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let us in.
They scanned the phone and everything.
Right. But also, too, I do want to mention that on a Saturday night opening weekend, there was all of 20 people in that theater.
That, to be fair, that theater is
Yeah, but that
just
was
as dead
3D.
as the mall that it's
Okay.
in.
Okay. All right. So it was the theater, not the actual.
And it's Venom, not Infinity War.
Well, but what I'm
Right.
saying is it's 3D. How many people are going to go see that in 3D?
Actually, you know what? I was not happy. I don't like 3D movies that much. I feel that the 3D experience is great for certain movies, but I feel it takes a lot of the background details
Makes them really
completely
fuzzy.
out of it. You know?
Well,
And-
not to mention I'm constantly pushing
Right.
them up over my glasses.
Right.
I pretty much only see 3D movies in the theater
Okay.
at this point, and I don't even think I really notice the 3D anymore.
I gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
how much. Because like if I just want to see it on a flat screen, I'll just wait for it to come out
Right.
on my TV.
But I will say that I felt that this one was actually fairly decent with the 3D. It wasn't over the top.
They weren't throwing things at us.
Yeah.
In a couple scenes, but outside of that, I mean, it was, I thought it was actually really well done and one of the better 3D movies that I've seen.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, like I said earlier, the broken glass when like the glass shattered, that looked really cool in 3D.
Right.
Still no Avatar.
You haven't seen? Wait, hold
No,
on.
he's saying it's
Oh, it's
still,
still
no.
no
I'm saying
Avatar.
I'm saying Avatar is still the best 3D movie
Yeah,
that
by
I've
far.
seen.
By far. That was,
I mean, not the content, not the movie, the visual.
No, yeah, the visual. Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
you watched that movie recently?
No, I haven't watched it since the theater.
Don't.
Yeah, I rarely, like, sometimes I buy movies, but I rarely watch a movie a second time anymore.
And I've got I'm not really sure if it's a legit or knockoff, but either way, it's still really nice. I can't say it. I don't know. Afghan Glyph. Afghan Glyph.
I don't.
The personal cinema headset.
I don't know what that is.
It's a wearable
like
movie
the
screen,
VR.
Oh, I
thing.
see. Yeah.
but it does 3D as well.
Oh.
And I've never watched a movie at home in 3D. So that was a movie that you can do in 3D, and it looked great.
My dad has they have a 3D TV, like the one that comes with the glasses and things like that. And now he's complaining that he can't find any Blu-rays in 3D. It's like, yeah, nobody was buying them, dude.
Nobody was buying them, right? Well, does it run in your blood that you guys buy like defunct like media?
Listen, I still stand by the Zune that the Zune was way better than the iPod.
And
All right,
HD
Sheldon.
was it HD DVDs?
HD DVD was superior to Blu-ray. Blu-ray had all kinds of problems when
Oh
it
my
came
God,
to it.
this is all Sheldon. This is exactly Big Bang
Dude,
right here.
People were buying Blu-ray players that wouldn't play Blu-ray movies because they upgraded the software in the
Yep.
Blu-ray discs.
Yep.
I remember when this was going on, and the whole thing was, who is porn going with? Because whoever porn went with,
Right,
that
it's
was
porn,
going.
And
it's
Disney.
porn and Disney.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why because Betamax was better than VHS, and
Disney.
Disney.
HD DVD was the same way. Whoever porn and Disney adopts
That's
is the winning format. Well, regardless, when I was talking about movies not watching more than once, I was going to say Venom I will watch more than once.
Wow, we're just flying out there, aren't we?
So as soon as the movie ended and we were waiting for the end credits, I said to him, I would actually watch this again in the theaters because I enjoyed it. I thought it was, as somebody who's never read the comics and just saw it for what it is as the movie, like it exceeded my expectations and it had the funny parts, and I would like to see it again because I feel like I missed some things and I want to watch it.
Yeah, I have not read anything with Venom in it since probably 90 something.
Sure,
So
the
this-
Todd McFarlane age.
That was 80s.
Was it?
Late 80s, yeah, like 80, I
80,
think
89, 90. No, because I thought Spider-Man. Maybe you're right. I'll have to look that up because I thought Spider-Man 300 was like the first appearance of Black Suit Spider-Man. Well, that was Secret
That was
Wars.
80 that was
yeah,
definitely
that was the 80s. First appearance of Venom was Spider-Man #1, right?
Oh shit, I don't know.
The McFarlane age Spider-Man #1, which I believe was 93.
I want to say first appearance of Venom was like 87.
Well, I put first, and the first thing that came up was appearance of Venom.
That's because Google knows
Exactly what we're talking about.
it knows your shit for sure.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. There's no way.
What is it?
Amazing Spider-Man 252, May 1984.
That's earlier than I thought, but
As the alien costume. Okay, so that's the symbiote.
Okay.
That's Secret
yeah.
Wars-ish
No,
area.
yeah, I want the first appearance
As
of
Venom, Spider-Man 299, 88. Full first appearance, 88, Spider-Man 300. So
Okay. I was off by a year.
wrong. Okay. Wow, that's older than I thought.
I will say this. I'm officially over Stan Lee being in movies.
Oh, he was so cute though.
I'm so fucking tired of it.
Dude, you're probably not going to have to wait very long.
Don't say
that's
that.
awful.
Don't put that in the
I
universe.
know. But, you know,
dare you.
with that being said, the cameo is... So we're full spoiler. We can say anything we want, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, okay. So he knows everything. So he's got to be a
watcher?
A watcher. Yeah, because I mean, even he was talking to Eddie Brock and said, "You guys," as if he knew.
Well, he was with the Watchers in Guardians 2. Is that
Guardians
which one
2.
it was?
Yep, when they were jumping. I don't know whatever you call black holes or whatever it was,
Yeah.
or space jumping, and you can only do 3 at a time or whatever it is. Blah blah blah. But yeah, you're right. So yeah.
And you were right. They did not do Carnage until the very, very end.
I called that from the beginning, and
I'm really happy about that. I'm so I was afraid that like right off the gate we were gonna see like fucking 3 symbiotes or like 4 symbiotes
Which
that
is-
like Venom would have to fight.
which is funny because there was 4 of them, correct? Mm-hmm. And we
And a
only
couple
saw
of them-
2.
And
Well, no, 2 died.
2 died.
Oh, okay. So 2 of the symbiotes died.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, symbiotes.
Whatever.
Symbiotes. It's symbiotes. So yeah, they're, for what it's worth, they are, for the comic book fans out there, they did not follow the early Venom storylines. To my knowledge, they are following more the symbiote universe storylines, where they're going, the storyline picks up in Planet Symbiote, and it explains why they came to Earth. So that's what they're following, which would make sense why they didn't have the logo on his chest too. So
I'm not familiar with any of that. So
I have small information on that.
this is in graphic novel form. Can I pick it up?
Yeah, you should be able to pick up.
If I can pick up
TVB.
a trade, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
for sure. Yeah, because if nothing else, I know Jimmy has them. I think
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I'd like to check those out. You know, because I've never read the Infinity Gauntlet either, and
Really?
I've had that sitting in my Amazon not wish list, but save for later for a long time.
Yeah, that one's not bad. The
watch.
I will say that about Venom too. I felt that I knew exactly where the story was going.
Yeah.
You know, there was no surprise throughout it. Even when Eddie Brock got hurt or killed,
Yeah.
you know, it was like, oh, that's not going to last.
Yeah, anytime you see that, in the middle of the third act,
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
you know they're coming back.
So it was very predictable.
As soon as we saw like Venom as he was, like the
The
mask
first
and
scene?
everything. Yeah, well, yeah,
Like
when,
full-blown Venom.
Yeah, full blown Venom. All I could see was the googly eyes.
Yes, the meme with the googly eyes.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh,
God, let me
my
see if I
God,
can
it's
pull
the
it up.
funniest fucking thing in the world.
That is so you were talking about PS2 cutscene with Cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main problem I have with this movie. It's still decently done, but in the age where we can put Sam Jackson, age 32, in Captain Marvel, and
A young Robert Downey Jr. and a young Michael Douglas.
oh yeah,
They de-aged all. Marvel has like figured out de-aging.
the
like,
Michael Douglas one was fucking amazing.
Amazing.
yeah.
Like even the Kurt Russell one, that one looked good,
The
but
Kurt
it's
Russell
still
one was mostly prosthetic. That was not CG.
no shit.
That was
Yeah.
That explains
yeah.
why it doesn't look very good. I mean,
Right.
it looked great, but it's like I've seen young Kurt Russell, and he doesn't look quite like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, and correct us if I'm wrong, but
So here's the thing, Marvel and Disney. Now that you know how to do that, go back to Tron 2009 and fix Jeff Bridges
Oh my God.
okay. Here.
and release that cut. Oh my
look
god,
at
that's
the
hilarious.
GIF there.
That's what I saw as soon as
Oh yeah, we'll put that in the show
as
notes.
soon as
Yeah.
the mask came over. I was like,
Yes.
God, that's funny. But that's enough. Like when you have full CG characters, there's something about that in a live action movie that just takes me out of it. Mm-hmm. It's the same. It's the problem I had with the new Star Wars movies, and it's the main problem that I had with some of the Marvel movies. I am over CG villains.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess how are you going to really get around that though? Because like as an example, Thanos, who is, you know, whatever he is in the comics, 9'7". You know, how else are you going to do? You're not going to put somebody in a suit like that and give.
"Well, do
actual-
like they did with Harry Potter. You just change your angles,
Yeah.
or like they
Yeah,
did in Lord of the Rings."
Here, I did enjoy. I thought that Venom and Eddie Brock had a great relationship, or learned to have a great relationship.
The repertoire between the two is very good.
Right, and I really felt that was true to the comics.
And Tom Hardy's really good too.
Yeah, and like I said, it would with his voice. At least it wasn't our.
At least it wasn't Bane.
Bane, you know.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want.
Sean Connery is
Absolutely.
Bane, or
It's a bad Sean Connery. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
And Venom's voice was great. I mean, there was a lot of really good things about that movie.
When I first heard the Venom voice in the trailer, I actually thought they got what's his name?
Yeah, I was thinking it was somebody else too, and I hope you.
David Keith? Or is it Keith David?
And from what?
He voiced Spawn in the 90s cartoon,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
voiced Goliath in Gargoyles.
Yes, that's who. Yeah, that's who I was.
And
love that show too, Gargoyles.
yeah, oh yeah, that cartoon
good.
still holds up.
Oh yes,
Those are the only two cartoons that hold up from that I enjoyed when I was a kid is Batman the animated series and
so good.
Gargoyles.
Yeah, every day after
Even
school.
even X-Men 1990s doesn't hold up as well.
No, it does. Yeah, it does.
Although the theme song is still the best theme song.
Did you watch that video the other day about that theme song? I'll have to send that to you about how the theme song was actually created.
No.
Oh, it's a fantastic video. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's yeah, and you know the little bell that's at the very very end of that.
Yeah.
That was there's a funny like joke that the composer says about that. Then it was the studio heads that were like, you need to throw whatever the name of that actual thing is, that sound. He's like, you need to throw that fucking bell in there because that song needs a bell, and that's what will make that song. And he was like, all right, we'll put a fucking bell in there, and sure enough, it kind of sums up the song.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gave each a distinctive voice, an aw shucks American accent for Brock and a James Brown lounge lizard-like voice for Venom. That was modulated to sound more sinister. So it is
for
his
sure.
voice.
Yeah, he did. I thought, that you can't tell that is Tom Hardy.
No.
And I just
Honestly, I can't tell Bane's Tom Hardy.
yeah, that's true. That is very true.
That is a master of voices right there.
Yeah, right. I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
Yeah, let's appreciate for a moment how much Bane doesn't sound like Tom Hardy.
Right.
Or like Bane.
Or like, yeah. Do you guys think that, and I guess more specifically Tim, since that is a Sony-produced movie and Spider-Man is now owned by Disney, correct? Because he was in the Avengers movies and Homecoming, are they going to keep those universes completely separate? So, like, the next Venom movie is going to be like Maximum Carnage?
Without Spider-Man?
Pretty much, yeah. Because I heard when they were filming it, like when all the rumors were coming out of how is it going to be and what they're going to do in it, that I can't even think of his name now. Current Spider-Man, Tom
Holland.
Not Hardy.
Yeah, not Hardy. Was going to make a cameo / appearance in it. That did not turn out to be true.
That would have been cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked that
But
more
why
than
would he
Stan
have been
Lee.
in San Francisco?
Yeah, that would.
Yeah,
be
and that was as soon as they said San Francisco, that threw all that off the table.
Well, that was the other thing. Michelle, I don't remember Michelle Williams' character's name.
Yeah, neither do I.
I
Not
assume.
relevant.
Yeah,
Well, I assume like she's from the comics too, but
I do not know
she mentioned like the thing in New York,
exactly.
but it wasn't the Daily Bugle.
She's Anne
No,
Wayne.
was
did
like
they
the
say
Daily-
Planet? Daily Planet?
I don't.
She-
know, I think it was like the Daily World.
something, yeah,
She is
yeah.
in the comics. She's the first character who goes by the entity of She-Venom.
Well,
before
of course.
Patricia Robertson.
Well, with that being said, She-Venom was in the movie,
Yes.
which I thought actually looked phenomenal.
I mean, it looks exactly like the comic right
minus the logo.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
there was not a single spider logo in there.
No.
They definitely did like the curves and everything from
Yeah,
the
oh my
comic on
God,
that.
yeah.
It was ridiculous. It's like, do I want to fuck this thing?
It was holy shit.
I feel weird. I'm questioning myself right now.
Right. Yeah, I thought that whole scene was good. Although I would have kind of liked to see that
Dog
transformation. Yeah, exactly. Because there is a T-Rex Venom. Mm-hmm. So to see a dog Venom would have been.
There's a T-Rex Venom.
There is a T-Rex Venom. It's a multiverse type thing, but yes, it is.
It's like T-Rex Venom and Spider-Ham.
Yes, pretty much.
I would watch that crossover. Make that happen. I think like what you're asking about with like the Maximum Carnage, I think that really depends on how well this movie does compared to what it costs to see if it's even worth it. Because like we're going on a leap of faith that we're even going to see Carnage at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like at the end. Oh, I shouldn't say.
What movie?
Justice League.
No, go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah.
At the very end of Justice League, we see Deathstroke, but are we ever going to see him again?
I think we
because-
will.
And it's my boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it looks. I mean, that's the best part of the movie, right there.
It is the very, very end, and it's over before you even know it.
For people who are wondering, my dream boyfriend is Joe Manganiello.
Is that how you pronounce his last name?
I think so. I think I've heard it enough.
Because I always stutter it out because I'm never sure. I'm
Big
always like Joe Magn.
Yeah, I think it's Joe Manganiello.
Big Dick Ritchie. That's all I need to know.
Dick Ritchie.
And Alcide Haro from True Blood.
There's kind of a T-Rex picture of Venom.
That is wild.
Yeah. But, I mean, that it just... They could go so many ways with that. As far as the sequel, if we see it. Because they could add, more than one villain into it, which they tend to do with movies and then fuck them up because they have too many villains in it.
Yeah.
Or they could go straight Maximum Carnage where Cassidy gets out. Which, again, that he's going to get out, if they make a second one. He's going to... Which doesn't make sense unless there was a little bit of riot left over or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I guess the symbiote would have to be Carnage.
There'd
There'd have to be new symbiotes. I still want to know how Venom survives, but
I think it's almost like the what is it Terminator with just little bits left of it. They can repopulate their entire cellular mass.
oh, okay.
Well, it's like Deadpool.
Yeah, it's kind of like Deadpool, you know. So with Venom in that end scene there, if there was a little bit left in Hardy, then he could have repopulated himself. And that may have taken a while. I would have loved to see that.
It didn't seem like it taken a while. I mean, they were...
So 2 months later?
Was it 2 months? I mean, they were just sitting on the stoop acting like it had just happened.
Yeah, but he got his job back. He did, you know, a whole...
He didn't have his job back. He didn't take it.
No, he was writing articles.
He's writing a blog.
Yeah. So
also, how weird was it to see Woody Harrelson with curls?
Okay. As much as I loved that they put Cassidy in there and Carnage in there,
he looks
that
ridiculous.
Clown wig.
They should have just had him with a shaved head.
No, you can't, because I mean, even though for those who don't know that character without, you know, the Carnage symbiote on him, he's a ginger through and through, freckles and all. Kind of looks like Mike Daffron.
Well, then they should have gotten a redhead.
Yeah, but nobody can play crazy like Woody Harrelson.
That is so true. I mean, I think it's going to be a good fit.
I feel like just his hair's just
It was not.
It didn't.
They gotta fix it.
Yeah, it looked ridiculous. He looked like Ronald
Because
McDonald.
otherwise, I'm not going to be able to focus on any movie with him in it.
Which I can't wait for somebody to CG, or not CG, but make that little meme of that end credit scene in Ronald McDonald makeup. You know it's going to happen. If not, please do that.
They'll just do the Joaquin Phoenix Joker paint over him.
Yeah, right.
But like again with the CG on it, it's like, I mean, it was a fun movie to watch, but like CG, like if you put the Tobey Maguire Venom up against the other one, like I don't think they look that much different.
Oh, I do.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to watch that again because I haven't.
The scene when Tobey Maguire, when
is on the wall.
I think so. When his mask peels back and he's got
Toby face
and the teeth and the symbiote coming across his face and just holding there like it's gel. Compared to this movie, you can't tell a difference between the two?
I mean, I can tell like a difference in the quality of CG when it comes to that transformation, but I'm talking about when you're fully Venom.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw Spider-Man 3?
There you go.
What year was Spider-Man 3?
2000,
maybe 2008.
Like that,
it's probably been 10. It's probably been 10 years.
Right. No, it was basically. I mean, it was Tobey Maguire and then just a little bit of buff to him with the suit, but he was in a Spider-Man suit basically. Yeah, that scene right there. I mean, he's in a Spider-Man. It's black suit.
It's a black suit Spider-Man,
right? With the more pronounced pointed eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I'll give it to you, but
I hear you. No, I mean,
it's still either way, still very cartoonish.
Yeah, and I don't just
and I don't think there's any way around that.
No, and that was one of my biggest fears with that going into that movie because that one scene that they showed in the trailer of Riot and Venom fighting when they're pulling each other apart, that scene is just so bad. I do not like it because it's so CG.
When it's like opened up and you see like the people in it.
Yeah, they're fighting each other and then the symbiotes are fighting each other.
That has to be one of those things that are out of the comic books that they had to put in.
It could be. I don't know.
And then there was like 4 in one person.
Debbie, what did you overall think of the movie?
I liked it.
Just meh?
I give it a 7 out of 10.
7? I mean, that's fairly decent.
It surprised me.
That's a C.
I liked it.
Yeah. That's a solid C.
Like I said, I would see it again in theaters.
Okay. I mean, I agree with your score 100%, but that surprises me. I mean, okay, so not knowing a lot. How much do you know about Venom? Enough to be dangerous?
I have a cat named Venom.
Besides that?
I know.
He's not as clumsy as our cat.
No. Our cat just randomly falls off tables for no reason whatsoever.
Oh my God, the other day he was crawling up on our
This cat wants to kill himself.
In our living room, we have kind of an open stairway down to the basement. There's railing that goes across that, and he was walking on that railing, and we're looking over him like he's gonna fucking fall, he's gonna kill himself, and then sure as shit he falls, but he's holding onto the rail with this oh my God, please help me.
I've never seen a cat look fearful,
He
like
was
terrified.
There was
And
a fear of death.
he was just claws
Yeah.
in that banister, like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
And I jumped up and scruffed him and his whole body was just a solid rock I mean, he didn't let go of this
But then
position.
the dumbass tried to get right back up there again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cat's done.
Cats are dumb. So, yeah.
How far of a drop is it from that stairwell?
From that stairwell, it's all of, from where he was at,
I
probably
would say
12
like 20,
feet.
yeah.
Not, no, 20 feet.
I was gonna say like
12 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, he would have been fine.
We're
I
wondering
assume
how many times he's
done
fallen before.
Right. Yeah. I think
Absolutely.
I think they can drop like 3 stories or something like that.
They can, but I'm just afraid if he hits like a stair.
A stair, yeah.
He doesn't fall on his feet most of the time.
No,
though.
he
Oh,
just
well, that's a problem.
I
he
watched him-
falls just right on his back.
Yeah, I watched him fall off the table this morning because he was playing with that little fish taco toy that we got him, and he just, boom, right on his side.
Ate shit right on the floor.
Ate
okay.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Face planted.
He's not smart.
All right, so Tim, what's your score on the movie?
My score on the movie is probably also a 7 out of 10.
So we're pretty, we're across the board on that.
I probably won't go see it in the theater again.
Okay.
But it takes a lot to get me to see something in the theater a second time. You have to be a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or an Infinity War to
Sure.
get me in the
Sure.
in the theater more than once. But I'd watch it. I'm not entirely sure if I'd buy it.
Okay.
But if it was on Netflix, I'd watch it.
Sure.
I definitely want us to buy it just so we can see all the boner
Well,
features.
with that being said, if they have those, if it's just the theatrical release, I won't buy it.
What was your favorite scene?
You can probably edit this out while I'm trying to think about this. But,
Okay. Debbie, do you have a favorite scene?
I was just trying to think that. Damn it! I thought I had more time.
I know. I mean, I guess just as bad as it sounds, seeing a close enough to comic resemblance of Venom
Yeah.
was really nice to finally see that. And even though I don't know if you saw the video, Todd McFarlane got a hold of the trailer and then on his computer kind of digitally edited it the way he would have made it. And oh my God, it looks so much better. But it was still, I thought it was great.
Did he put the logo on it?
No, he did. It was only the face.
Oh, I see.
So he kind of moved his mouth. Oops. He kind of moved his mouth around, and then kind of changed his eyes a little bit. Changed how instead of his face being so round, he elongated it a little bit, kind of like how Venom has that naturally longer bottom jaw.
Oh yeah, the face is a lot rounder.
It
now
is.
that I think about
It's a bubble head. He's got a basketball head for sure. The one thing I didn't like about the character itself was that they're really, even though in the comic books he doesn't shoot webs, they are they resemble Spider-Man's webs except black. And it was more in this movie. It was more of an extension of his arm. It was his whole arm that was reaching out instead of just something small that was coming out, like as in a spider web or something like that. I didn't like that too much. I thought Riot was overpowered, but kind of a pussy. He got his ass beat by somebody who didn't have those weapons, didn't have those abilities.
No, we know
and-
Eddie Brock's the pussy because he went down the elevator.
Yeah, that's true. That was so. Venom's got the
was
Venom symbiote has a good sense of humor,
And
which was
okay,
really
that's
nice.
my favorite part is
Sure.
the back and forth between Eddie and Venom.
Right.
Anytime there was that, I liked it.
Yeah, I don't get why some symbiotes have axe hands.
So it's kind of like the storyline is, some are more equipped than others. Just like our army, you know what I'm saying? They're a full race of, they're parasites. So some are more
How dare
equipped than
you.
others. I know, right?
You're not very woke.
So with and I don't know, and that's part of that storyline that I don't know is when he said that Venom was kind of a loser on his planet and all that stuff. I don't really know that storyline too much to know if that's true or not, or if they just threw that in there so that they could, have bro time together and get along. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that too much.
Actually, the part that you said looked like really CG and didn't look good, that actually was one of my favorite scenes in it, because I just have a feeling it's like that is definitely some fan service of some kind that I can tell. and that they spent a lot of time on doing that, even though it didn't come across very well. The fight itself, I wasn't that into. I enjoyed a lot more the motorcycle chase.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Although the exploding drones everywhere seemed insane.
Right.
It's like, how do you have exploding drones? Like, how do these rich people, like Elon Musk, like, sure, he can ship some not a flamethrower around.
Yeah, not a flamethrower.
But he's not fucking sending out exploding drones. Like, people know if you can do that, and they shut your shit down.
Right.
Yeah, but he's also not, getting alien life forms and bringing them back to Earth.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
I mean, apparently this guy can just send ships into space and look.
He had like his own space shuttle, like right outside his door.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, I picked up on this a lot, and this is not one of my favorite parts of the movie, but see if you guys saw this, or if this is just a trend in movies with CG, like a main CG character, is that any time that character is in the scene, there's very few still moments. And I feel that's because you
just see how CG it is.
Yeah, so like the whole fight scene there was never a still moment unless they were just like, raw, Anytime there was actual action going on, the camera was panning so fast that it's so blurry and you can barely tell what's going on.
Yeah. Well, do you think that also
like
was the 3D?
Yes. It could have. Yeah, it could have. No.
Because for me, like all the outside stuff with the 3D was a lot blurrier. And
no, it is,
and that's why I want to see it again, especially in just normal.
It's in every comic book movie. Anytime any main CG action is going on, it's well, I don't want to say that because Hulk and Infinity War, they had their still moments where they're fighting, but like that movie in particular, and not to mention Venom is black, and the majority of the movie is at night, which is a hard thing to do. But again, it's Venom. It's dark. It's, it's the way it's supposed to be. So, I mean, I don't know. I just thought the cinematography could have been done better. I know I'm ragging on the movie. The movie's not bad. I'm just picking it apart because, I don't know. I want to pick it apart.
Because we're talking about the movie.
Right.
Might as well.
But, I mean, I thought they could have done a little bit more. The lighting could have been a little bit better. The CG definitely could have been a lot better. The fight scenes could have been a little bit better. Although the one in the office space area with the cops or whoever those guys were.
That was a good scene. That one.
Yeah, that one was really good. That was well done. And
you would have thought that they would have had that like corralled off so Michelle Williams' character couldn't have just like waltzed right in.
Walked right in.
I mean, she walks right in everywhere. She walked right in for the spaceship thing too. Yep. It was just like, let's turn up the volume.
Well, I guess assumingly Riot had killed everybody at that point.
Yeah, but how did she get there so quick?
Movie magic.
Yeah. It's the same way Bruce Wayne gets back to Gotham City.
Right.
Because it'd be boring to watch that, so we just fast forward.
But yeah, I mean, okay, so back to the kind of CG portion. Did you guys have a problem with any of that? The fast movements and
I'm used to the fast movements. Yeah, mine's just like the overall cartooniness of two CG characters fighting in a live action movie.
Yeah.
The one of the things that I had issue with the movie is Venom's, we like this planet now. It's like, okay, I get that, but how did you get there? Like, there was too much action and not enough development for
He just
Venom.
decided.
Yeah, it's like, I like you and I like this planet.
I sat on top of a building. It's actually not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought. I think I'm going to go ahead and stay here.
What made you change your mind? You, Eddie. I learned it by watching you. And it's like, okay.
Right.
That's the only...
Again, fast forward,
Fast forwarding, right.
Yeah, we don't want feelings and character development.
I also will
don't
say
have time for that shit.
A huge plus of this movie is that I was kind of halfway expecting the full-blown Venom to come out with 20 minutes left in the movie.
Oh, as opposed to actually getting a decent amount of Venom through the whole movie?
We got a decent amount of it. Yeah, I mean, it was probably... I think I looked at my watch, and it was roughly about 45 minutes to an hour into the movie. So about half of the movie was full-blown Eddie Brock, and then half of it was Eddie Brock and Venom.
Full-blown Brock.
Full-blown Brock.
And I liked how at the end, too... And I know you guys were like, well, how did Venom, stay with Eddie when there was that huge explosion? But I like how it wasn't like... well, now we got to wait for the next movie to see if Venom somehow finds his way back to him. You know?
Yeah,
It-
no,
Right.
totally.
Right.
Well, it makes that end scene way better.
Well, they kind of like The Matrix. They closed that movie out so that if there is not a second one, there's kind of closure
It's
to the
closure.
story. You can imagine where it picks up fighting Spider-Man. Or somehow he makes it back to New York and there goes that storyline. Or if they open it up for a second one, that's why they put the end scene in there with Carnage. And it was pretty cheesy. Then he's like, if I get out of here,
There's gonna be carnage.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, he should.
I mean, that's like
Should've
what.
gave the old-
He should have given a wink. Yeah.
Yeah, and the little twinkle, that comes off. Pink. So yeah, I mean, not bad though. Not bad.
Better than I thought it would be.
Actually, I can announce what the November at the movies will be. It's, of course, well, actually, I'm sure you can guess which one it's going to be.
Fantastic Beasts.
It's going to be Fantastic
Crimes of
Beasts.
Grindelwald.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Well,
So I'm excited for that movie.
Yep. So that'll be our November edition. I don't know what December's going to be yet. I don't even know what all comes out in December. We saw a trailer for some weird ass movie that I had no idea what the fuck it was. That Battle Angel.
James
Yeah.
Cameron movie.
That is okay. Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that a part of the series of Big Eyes?
I mean, she did have big eyes.
I
don't know
almost want to say it's a either a prequel or a sequel to the movie Big Eyes, but I may be really off on that.
I
I'll
don't
have
know
to
what
look that
I don't
up.
know what that is.
Because
so.
I've seen that character. What's her name? Attila? Is it
sure.
Attila or something?
Something like that.
Battle
Yeah.
Angel. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I think that actually looks really good.
Well, and it has that dude that we love in it.
Is it Big Eyes?
The guy that's always a Nazi or something? Mm-hmm.
The German.
Christoph Waltz.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is it's Tim Burton's Big Eyes. Yep. Christopher Waltz, Amy Adams, a Tim Burton film, Big Eyes. Unless I'm completely off on that, because they're both in it, and the character who has big eyes and is a robot, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on, I think it was Netflix was on there, and I was like, what the fuck is this movie? I just put it on because there's nothing on. I remember watching that movie and going, holy shit, that was really good.
The other movie that comes out in December is The Mortal Engines, which I don't know a lot about it. It's a Peter Jackson movie. It's kind of post-apocalyptic where all the cities are on. It seems like it's kind of Mad Max, kind of steampunk, and all the big cities are like in motion, like they're
Right.
I don't think I saw anything for that.
There wasn't a trailer for it on this movie, but we saw a trailer for it on Infinity War, I believe.
I don't remember seeing that trailer at all.
Also, is Predator out?
Predator came out like a while back.
Yeah.
Like,
Did it bomb? Because it looked fucking shit. It looked horrible.
I wanted to see it, but I was dealing with
Yeah.
illness, so
Right.
we never went to see it because Predator was supposed to be the first episode of this.
Okay.
Actually, I take that back. Ant-Man and the Wasp was supposed to be the first episode of this.
Oh wow.
But it came up too quick
Gotcha.
when we announced this. So that's all I got. So yeah, November, Fantastic Beasts 2, Electric Boogaloo, or Snake Boogaloo, I guess. December, to be announced. Oh shit, maybe Aquaman. I forgot Aquaman
Aquaman.
comes
Oh,
out
yeah.
in December.
That could be a definite. Because, I mean, that does look good. I mean,
You got to watch the 5-minute trailer they released.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I have to watch Wonder Woman and Justice League as well.
For Aquaman, I don't think you actually will need to. But
Well, I do want to see Wonder Woman.
that is actually one of the better DC movies.
Yeah,
She
Wonder
was the
Woman.
best part of Batman versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Again, remember to check out next month when we do Fantastic Beasts 2. Also, we've got several other shows for TV series out there in the world. Debbie just finished up Castle Rock with Chris. Our friends Mike and Jimmy are doing Better Call Saul. And this week, probably just a couple days after this comes out, Sarah and I will be covering the new season of Doctor Who. And
I need to start watching those.
probably, I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody else about any other shows that they're interested in doing, but hopefully more shows to come. Game of Thrones comes back in 2019, so does American Gods, but we don't have a date on either of those yet. Westworld, we don't know when that comes back, so...
Oh,
They gotta still figure out what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, what happened with that? People
Well, like-
quit or something?
No. Well, that's American Gods, but like with Westworld,
Oh,
like
yeah,
they have no idea what's going on. Like still half the time as they're writing it, they're like, yeah,
Right.
this is what we're gonna do.
They just roll the dice.
Yeah.
Right.
So until next time, check us out, watchersonthecouch.com. All the information you need to know. Also, a link to our private Facebook group, A Couch for Watchers, where we discuss stuff on Facebook. And what else is on there? A link to our store where you can get a Watchers on the Couch t-shirt, which I forgot to wear. But they're nice. I like them. So you should buy one. Until next time, I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Nick Beck.
And I'm Debbie.
And I don't have a closing tagline for this show like I do for all the other ones. So see you next time.
Bye bye.
We are Watchers on the Couch.
There you go. That works out just as good.